And I am live, ladies and gentlemen. Whew, it's been a while. It has been a while. I will tell you that for a fact. Only one fact. We are into it, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off strong with Newfoundland. That is what I'm starting off with. Ah, shoot. I finally got a second monitor for myself so I can look at chat and draw at the same time, which is really nice. I can also keep my head up and I don't have to look at my phone for the whole time. Hey, so we're starting off with Newfoundland. Excuse me. I do just have to do one thing before I start drawing. You're gonna miss my lovin'. Oh, excuse me. Here we go. I just want to make sure everything is A-okay there.
Networks with all the latest shows. Stack TV. Watch now with your free trial.
Oh, excuse me. Here we go. Here we go. I just want to make sure everything is A-okay there. Stop. Stop. Scroll for me, please. That would be lovely. Thank you. Okay, now let's get to drawing. We go. Hello. Alrighty. So this. I need to figure out how to turn my monitor, because I recently got a second monitor, so I have to figure out how to make my second monitor not affect my drawing tablet, my Wacom drawing tablet. Yeah, I'm kind of swaggy. I need to figure out how to You'll never find my monitor, because I recently got a second monitor, so I have to figure out how to make my second monitor not affect my drawing tablet. I tried to figure out some music, and I think I figured out how to stream with music on. I just don't have any music that is royalty free, so I would immediately get copyrighted, and I do not want that to happen. I haven't got copyright striked yet. I got music, and I think I figured out there were copyright claims on some of my videos that just made the videos demonetized. That is royalty free, so I would immediately get copyrighted, and I. That's because the national anthems that I used in the credits sequence. I got music, and I think I figured out there were copyright of some of my videos are copywritten. Just made which I did not know that was possible to copyright a national anthem. So I guess it's just mostly the band who did the recorded, I guess I should say, recorded the music that can copyright it. I didn't know that. I just thought that no matter what, copywritten. It's kind of like free domain. I did not know that was possible. But I was a fool. I was a fool to think such a thing. So I guess it's just mostly the band who. You're gonna miss my lovin'. You're gonna miss my love. I definitely made this. I didn't know that. I just thought that too big. I will not. Yeah, this is the top of Quebec. That will not fit. I promise you that for a fact. It's not gonna fit the whole thing. So yeah, no, it's better. Oh, I also need to be on a different, what is that called? Layer. That's what it's called. I will not. Yeah, this is the top of Quebec. I'll start with Newfoundland. If Newfoundland starts here. Oh yeah, the island is pretty small compared to Labrador. Yeah, no, it's better. Oh, I also need to be on a different. But I also should have to make sure that there's room enough for it. start with Newfoundland. If Newfoundland starts here. Oh yeah, the island is pretty small compared to Labrador. Hey. You're gonna miss my loving. You're gonna miss my loving. I also just have to make sure that there's room enough for it. Start with Newfoundland. If Newfoundland starts here. Oh yeah, the island is pretty small compared to Labrador. No, I think I made that angle too strange. I need to make it a steeper angle. If anything, I should turn my tablet so it's like the same direction as my computer. You're gonna miss my love. Does that? No, I think I made that angle. Yeah, this looks about right. Strange. I need to make it a steeper angle. I should turn my tablet so it's like the same direction as Ungava. I didn't know that was my computer. The bay. So like I'm just gonna draw Quebec here, just rough. Beep beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep. Yeah. Or just like kind of Quebec, Newfoundland. Then it goes like this. This is the St. Lawrence River, and these are the Maritimes here. So like I'm just gonna draw here, just rough. Here we go. Yeah, so this is, and then this is PI right here. Like, yeah. This is called, what is this called? It is called Ungava. Ungava. Whoop, I put the N before the U. And G-A-V. I promise I'm better at writing when it's not here. But like that's Ungava Bay. If you actually know what that's because that does not look anything like Quebec actually. I made the St. Lawrence River a little too big. Ungava. Whoop, I put the N before the U. G-A-V. Cool. I promise back to Newfoundland. Hello? There we go. Writing when it's not here. But like that's Ungava Bay. If you actually know. Hey! Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I just saw the chat. Maybe be beneficial if I switched some stuff around on my second monitor. My new second monitor. That's exciting for me, for everyone. Back to just switching a couple things up. No, you could kind of see chat for a second. There we go. Hey, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I just saw the chat. At my work, the AC is broken, and upper management refuses to fix it, which is very frustrating. Extremely frustrating. A couple things up. No, you could kind of see chat. Ungava Jin. Also, hi Noah. Is it from that that part of Quebec? Or is it just like named after that province? Which is not province, the bay. I'm a fool. It probably has, you know, you know my thoughts. You know exactly what I'm thinking. Is it from that, that part of Quebec? I'll shut up. I'm gonna stop thinking about Ungava and actually get back to drawing the map. Not province, the bay. I'm a fool. It probably has. Here we go. You know, you know my thoughts. You know exactly what I'm thinking. Is it from? Okay. Here we go. Yeah. I'll shut up. I'm gonna stop thinking about Ungava and actually get back to drawing the map. There we go. This is looking more like Labrador than before. Gosh, I'm rhyming, bro. I think yeah, Canadian company. Also, my stream is like really behind, so I apologize for answering to your comments really late. This is looking more like Labrador than before. This right here. I'm rhyming, bro. I think. Yeah, Canadian company. Also, my stream is like really behind, so I apologize for. The difficulty is that I do all of this freehand, so I kind of just have to eyeball it. And the thing that I kind of learned, I also learned this from like animation. I don't do animation, but like I read this article about how when they recreated
I do all of this freehand, so I kind of just have to eyeball it.
What's like Wacko
and the thing that I also learned this.
They're like three like dog Animaniacs. When they recreated Animaniacs, I don't do the animator was talking about how it's more about recreating what people think it looks like and the feeling of what it used to look like versus what it actually looks like. And I think it's a similar idea.
They're like three like dog Animaniacs. When they recreated Animaniacs.
Yeah, I have to worry about more what I think it like the feeling of it than anything.
The feeling of what it used to look like versus what it actually looks like. And I think
because when I especially noticed this when I was trying to draw Saudi Arabia, and it just looked strange. It just looked so strange when I drew it, but it was drawn like pretty close to like what it actually was.
The feeling,
but when I drew it, it just looked really strange, and so then I made it look more like what I thought it was. It looked just like really long and like slender and whatever. So even though it was less accurate to what it actually looked like, it made it look more like what it's supposed to. If you know what I mean.
But when I drew it, it just looked really strange, and so then I made it look more like what I thought it was. It looked just like really long and
okay, so this has to be a little shorter.
So even though it was less accurate to what it actually looked like,
but my legs were too long. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday. No legs.
So then I made it look more like
what
I thought it was. It looked just like really long. Okay, so this has to be a little shorter.
Whenever I hear that song, I think of one of my friends, Kelty. Stream her music, Kelty Monahan, on iTunes, Spotify. I don't know if she's on any other. They, not she, they. I'm not sure if they are on any other platforms.
Whenever I hear that song, I think of one of my friends.
But that's all I know where they are.
Stream her music.
Okay, that is the mouth of the St. Lawrence River. You see, you kind of see Quebec forming. Quebec, more like it. Nice one. I really hope my gamers out in the audience appreciated that one. Because as you know, I personally am a gamer hard R.
But that's all I know where they are.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting being a gamer.
I'll
tell you that for a fact.
You kind of see Quebec
or as the Ukrainians say, absolutno fakt.
Nice one. I really hope gamers out in the audience appreciated that one.
That needs to be a little thin.
Because as you know, I personally am a gamer hard R.
Someone who cares about you.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting being a gamer.
Like I do.
I'll tell you that for a fact.
You'll never find as long as you
hey. That needs to be a little thin. Because as you know,
come on. It's I don't know. Ever since I've had this
it's exhausting.
This second monitor, drawing is like I have to do it a lot differently. It's just it affects the tablet in a strange way, and I just have to figure out how to how to make it only affect the one monitor. I think I already said that exact thing earlier, but I don't think anybody was actually here yet. So,
it affects the
swag delicious. Am I right, ladies? Only the ladies.
Yeah, how to make
I'm a little frustrated with this monitor. I'll tell you that for a fact. Hey, reminder.
I think I already said
stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen.
Earlier, but I don't think
and anyone
who's actually here yet.
Else.
So it affects the swag.
I also have an iced tea for myself as a little treat. You know.
Only the ladies. Yeah, how to make
I'm a little frustrated with this monitor. I'll tell you that for a fact. Here we go. Now go
hey,
this way. Yes. And where does that do the little hook? There's a little hooky hook. And it's about here. Just above the other peninsula. I'm not sure what that peninsula is called. I'm not even sure if it is a peninsula. It's just like more of like, I don't know, a jut out I'ma leave it out on the floor tonight. Baby got fixed up too tonight. Let me show you a few things. Yeah, I actually am Avril Lavigne.
I don't know. A jut out.
Adam Levine? Is that his name? I'm looking it up. Ha, on my second monitor. Swag. Baby got fixed up tonight. Adam Levine.
Yeah, I actually.
I was correct. I will tell you guys that for a fact. That was correct. Avril Lavigne.
Adam Levine
is spelled differently. It's spelled Lavigne.
On my second monitor.
Avril Lavigne and Adam Levine. Ah, there's a picture of them together.
Adam Levine. Yeah,
you can't see it, but I can tell you it's kind of swag.
That was correct. Avril Lavigne is spelled differently.
Does this look good? Because I noticed the top of my head is clipping out here. Does this look better? I'm waiting for the stream to catch up, so I'm just talking here to nobody because I don't think anybody's watching anymore.
But I can tell you it's kind of swag.
It's honestly exactly what's the topic. The topic of my video is there's a band called.
Does this look better? I'm waiting for the stream to catch up, so I'm just talking here.
Oh, thank you, IS44CO. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me, genuinely. But the topic of the video that we're making maps for is there's a song by a band called Great Big Sea. It's called Recruiting Sergeant. And it talks about this one unit of Newfoundland soldiers with their experience throughout World War I. I'll get back to working while I talk. And their experience throughout World War I. And the video is like going over the song basically like line by line and giving like the context more, because like in a song you can only say so much. You know how it says right at the end there's a line that goes 1,000 men slaughtered. We hear the king say, "Enlist you Newfoundlanders and come follow me."
And their experience throughout World War I.
And like I just talked about like how many men recruited, like how like 1/3 of Newfoundland men that were able to fight in the war did enlist, and just like elaborate more on things, which is cool. So hopefully I get. I'm gonna post on Twitter and like tag the singers from the band, and that would be awesome if they retweeted it. That would make my life and my year.
And just like
also a little inside knowledge. The next video I'm doing is going to be on Malta, the history of Malta.
So hopefully I get.
I think it's been like generally overlooked, and also like just coincidentally, one of my favorite YouTubers, what's his name? Lindy Beige, and like if you like history channels and you're into like a channel like mine, you'll definitely like his. And he did a video about like the fortification of Malta during World War II.
What's his name? Lindy Beige.
I lost where I was for a second, but I figured it out. Do not worry. Do not fret, everyone in chat. Also, I'm really giving off like surfer vibes right now, I feel. Look at my rings. 3 of them my father made. This one my girlfriend left at my house. And it's her mom's, so yeah. I did not pay a cent for most of this jewelry.
Surfer vibes right now, I feel.
Yeah, I've wanted to do this video for a long time, but I've never really just like got around to it. And I was like, you know what? Finally, like I'm doing videos for this news channel. Like I need something like easy to do, where like the script is basically written for me already. All I have to do is elaborate.
Yeah,
and like I feel bad that I haven't posted in so long. It's like been over a month, but like I physically cannot handle it. Like I work and I make those videos, and I help my father with.
I need something like
easy to do. Where I help my father sell some of his art at farmers markets, and like often he's working, so I have to be there when he's not, and I can't work on videos when he's there when he's not there. I mean.
I make those videos, and
my life has just been really busy lately, and I'm planning on moving out here in a bit, so I can't really take work easy.
Sell some of his art.
Hopefully in August, because I do still live at home, but hopefully in August I can move out. I'm just waiting, mostly on one of my friends to give me to get a job, because he's going to be my roommate, and obviously finding a job right now is very difficult, quite tough, as you might think. Yeah, I'm also British, not at all. I'm very thoroughly Ukrainian, if anyone is interested. Like, my dad was born there, and my great-grandfather on my mother's side, and like my great-grandparents on my mother's side, came over to Canada. So, and they left just before the Holodomor. So like I'm not sure if they left like a year or two later, if
my dad was born there,
if I would be alive, because like maybe that part of my lineage would be just have died, and then where am I? Literally nowhere, not even a thought.
They left just before the Holodomor. So like I'm not sure if they left like.
Thank you very much. I sincerely apologize if I get your name wrong. Vaishali. It sounds South Asian, if I'm correct. I don't know why that matters, but I'm just curious.
Yeah. If they left like.
Thank you very much.
Yes. I sincerely apologize.
It's hard to draw and
Vaishali.
Provide meaningful. I almost said meaningful commentary. Like anything I have said is meaningful. It's just me blabbering to myself to try and keep y'all entertained. But I'm actually I'm Indian. Cool. I was thinking that, but I also didn't want to.
It's hard to
in case like you're Pakistani or I'm videos in here. In case you're like Pakistani or like Bangladeshi or from Sri Lanka, that would suck. If I said you're from there,
actually,
or like if I said you're Indian.
Cool. I was thinking that, but I also didn't want to. In case like you're Pakistani.
What else? What was I saying before? I don't really know.
In case you're like Pakistani or like
that's okay.
Or from Sri Lanka.
Gosh, this little bay here is giving me. In the Hudson's Bay, this little bay in the Hudson's Bay is giving me a bit of a headache.
I was thinking that, but I also didn't want to. In case, like.
I'm trying to think of what I was saying because I feel like I had a point.
That's okay.
Gosh. Oh, that's awesome.
The bay here is giving me
Magda.
In the Hudson's Bay.
That's really cool. My sister is named after a historical city in Ukraine.
I'm trying to think of what I was saying.
It still uses a port, and I think it's now the main port since Crimea was annexed by Russia. But it's
Oh, that's awesome.
What is it? It's Odessa.
That's really cool.
That's yeah, and you're also like I'm assuming you're interested in history because you follow me. So that's awesome. That kind of like
it's now the main port
was like led into your not led into your interests, but like aligns with your interests. In the same way that my birthday aligns with my interests. My birthday is V-Day in Canada.
That's yeah. And you're also
exactly, but like it's the fact that like
that's awesome. That kind of
just coincidentally that your interests and your name align. Like because I was born on November 11th, so that means like V-Day, like the day that World War I ended, and now I'm like very interested in history in like kind of like the same vein.
Yeah, exactly. But like
also I do remember what I was gonna say. Yeah, I'm proud of your parents' choice. I really proud of people who are very invested in like their own history.
Like V-Day, the day that World War
not even just like
very interested in history.
They're like tied to their culture. I'm really impressed with people like that because I'm the same, and I understand it's very difficult sometimes to try and keep things genuine and not like westernized. I struggle with that too.
Not even just like.
But what I was going to say was that I'm excited about is I recently monetized my channel. That's the reason why
I'm the same, and I understand it's very difficult.
I was going to say that's the reason that
to try and keep things genuine.
I posted like a bunch of my old stream VODs because I realized that the stream VODs don't count to my watch hours unless like the streams are public. So
that's the reason why
I made those public, and now I'm monetized,
that's the reason
which is very, very exciting to me. Like I
posted like a bunch of my old stream VODs because I realized that the stream VODs don't count to my watch hours unless like the streams are public. So that's the reason why
Oh, you're just sitting in your school? That's awesome.
Which is very
I'm proud to be your your new professor. Don't take anything that I say seriously. Don't take notes on anything that I say. I promise you, there's no meaning and no depth. That's honestly like one of the biggest things that like pushed me away from making this channel was the fact that like
I'm proud to be
if I get something wrong,
your new professor.
I get something wrong.
Don't take
you know.
Anything that I say seriously.
If I'm like talking with my friends, money, yeah, right.
There's no meaning and no.
But it's not that it's like oh yes, money. It's the fact that like I've done this for 2.5 years and finally I'm seeing like fruits of my labor.
The fact that like
more than like haha, now I can exploit the working class because I'm now a capitalist.
You know.
But
if I'm like talking with my friends,
what worried me about this channel was that like if I get something wrong, I get something really wrong. A lot of my videos, like my older videos, I'm really like I'm not happy with. I'm proud that I made them, but I'm not happy that they're out. Yeah. I'm not happy that they're out because they just got like a lot of negative feedback recently. Like my Saudi Arabia video, apparently I got a lot wrong, and I'm very upset about that because I was really excited to do the history of Saudi Arabia, and I'm not sure.
They just got like a lot of
because there's part of me that says a lot of those people are kind of like are fed like a brainwashed history of
and I'm very upset about
because you know authoritarian countries like that have a lot of control of information that goes out to their people. But like then I get a lot of comments on my video in Jamaica that I got a lot wrong. But I also got a lot of comments on that video that I shouldn't make those videos because I'm white, and I thoroughly reject that.
Information that goes out
because like just because I'm white doesn't mean like my
then I get a lot of comments on my video in Jamaica that I got a lot wrong.
My methods of gathering information is invalid. And just because it's a majority black country, and like obviously like I if I'm spouting like racist things or spouting things that are untrue, like yeah, I don't know. Tell me that I'm wrong, but just to generalize me like down to a race and just be like, hey, you can't make this video because you're white. I go, I disagree with that.
If I'm spouting like racist things or spouting things that are untrue,
and yeah, so I plan on eventually. I definitely plan on eventually remaking my Tonga video because yeah, I don't plan on changing. Well, I plan on changing for the better and like bettering my research methods and things like that. But I plan on redoing my Tonga video because I'm so upset that one blew up. Like, I'm glad that it blew up because it gave me like the exposure that I needed.
Yeah, I don't plan on changing. Well, I plan on changing
just like that early on. That like my second video that I ever posted has like several like almost 20,000 views. That's so amazing.
Like, I'm glad that it blew up because it gave me, like, the
and I'm just, like, because, like, yes, obviously, like, I love myself, but, like, just the fact that it's like my second video. Like, I barely knew like what white balance was to make my camera look nice, or my editing's poor. So like I really want to remake that video just so I can I can make it better. And so like all the people that have seen it, they can like see a better, and it's also like 5 minutes long, I think.
Just the fact that it's like my
like, and now that I have, I know where to
was.
get information
more.
So like I want to be able to remake it better. Same thing with Jamaica. Another early video. And a lot of people tell me that I got a lot of things wrong. Like besides the thing about like race, obviously.
I know where to get information.
And it just I just want to remake it and make it better.
Remake it.
Yeah, research things better than I used to.
Another early video.
So I can give a more honest depiction of the history. Because I genuinely feel bad that at least my Tonga video is short. And I feel bad that I got things wrong in the Jamaica video.
Research things better than I.
So there's my spiel for you guys.
So I can give a more honest depiction of the history. Because I genuinely feel bad that at least my Tonga video is short. And I feel bad that I got things wrong in the Jamaica video.
Yeah, I really hope people like learn things, even like people from those places or from those cultures learn something. I'm not here to like spew some ideology. I'm here to share knowledge that I find and that I think is interesting and that I think is important to the history of the world. I think it's really important to know like the history of just various countries, just so you know what's happening.
I'm here to share knowledge that I.
Sorry, I'm kind of just lost where I was on the map. There we are.
To the history of the world. I think it's really important to know like the history of just various countries, just so you know what's happening. I'm here to share knowledge that I. Sorry, I'm kind of just lost where I was on the map. There we are.
I need to redo this island. It looks nothing like what it actually does. I think mostly it's there. I need to make this part straighter. Here we go. Does that look better? Okay, that's less of a peninsula and more of just like a jump out thing. So I have to
make this part.
Here we go. But I'm also really excited because I found there's a few things that I've learned from working with a news station about like video editing and their suggestions to me and how to improve the videos that I make for them. So I'm really excited to like add. It's really minor stuff. Just like when I put up a picture, it's not like a still picture. It like starts here and then it moves. So you get a closer view of it, and two, it's like an active thing to look at. It's not just like here, look at this.
So I'm really excited to
because that's like a big thing with making videos is retention. Oh, that I'm very happy with this. I always mess up this part of Quebec whenever I draw it.
Thing to look at. It's not just like
no, it's New Brunswick. Yeah, but I'm just excited for the future of like making my videos just better in general.
That I'm very happy with this.
Because I
always mess up.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm also excited that filming is taking a lot less time. Like I filmed my video, it's 10 minutes long. Filmed it in like 2 hours, an hour and a half, just for 60 paragraphs, and I think that's fantastic. For me, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm also excited that filming is taking a lot less
Yeah,
time.
the thing with
my
reaching
videos
out to
10
different
minutes
audiences, I
filmed it
just
in,
don't know how to do that.
2 hours,
And like the
an hour and a half,
algorithm, it
just for
benefits
60
more
paragraphs, and I think that's fantastic.
if you stay doing the same thing, which is stupid.
I'm also excited that
I also need to post more. The more I post,
yeah, the thing with reaching out to different audiences, I just don't know how to do that. And like the algorithm,
so those are basically connected.
more
The more that I post,
if you stay doing the same thing, which is stupid.
the more that the more that YouTube will share my videos, and I think that's my
I also
issue
need to
recently is that
post
I've really slowed
The more
down.
I post,
Like since well, yeah, since I caught COVID a long time ago, like my output has slowed down so much, and I'm upset about that, and I should be better with it.
the more
and I
that,
plan on doing
the
that.
more that YouTube will share my videos, and I think that's my issue recently is that I've really slowed down.
But then in
since since I caught COVID
in
a long
fall,
time ago,
I have to go back to school
my
myself.
output has slowed down so much.
I'm only taking 2 classes next
I'm
semester,
upset about that,
just
and
because I
I
couldn't
should
get
be better
into
with
any
it.
other classes.
The more that I'm doing it,
I was lazy and I registered a little late.
that's my issue recently is that I've really slowed down. But then in since I caught
But I still got
fall,
classes.
I
That's what
go
matters.
back to
I got
school
classes,
myself.
and I'm moving towards the
I'm only
finishing
taking
my
2
degree.
classes next semester, just because I couldn't get into any other classes.
Vaishali,
I was lazy and I
how?
registered
Well, I mean, what are you in school for? If your lecture got canceled, what are you in school for?
But I still got classes. That's what matters. I got classes, and I'm moving towards.
No, there needs to be a different angle.
Classes next semester.
Because I personally, I am working towards a major in psychology.
What are you in school for if your lecture got canceled? What are you in
Is
school
this?
for? But I still got classes.
Oh yeah, no, that's about where it should be.
Classes, and I'm moving towards. No, there needs to be a different angle. Because I personally, I am working towards a major
PEI,
in
Prince Edward Island.
psychology. If your lecture got canceled.
What did I do?
What are you in
I used. I drew a map of Prince Edward Island recently. Not recently, but more recently than most things. I'm gonna look at my channel
Because I personally
to see
am working towards a
which one it is.
Prince Edward Island.
Because I do know recently. What was like my last video about Canada?
What did I do? I drew a map of Prince Edward Island recently. Not
Why would I
recently,
have to
but
draw
more recently.
Prince Edward Island?
I'm gonna look at my channel to see.
8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But like, what are you studying? What is your major? What is your minor?
Because I do know recently. What was like my last video about Canada? What did I do? I drew a map of Prince Edward Island recently.
Bolivia,
Why would
Robert
I have to
Smalls,
draw
Pro
Prince
Green.
Edward Island? I'm gonna look at my channel.
Oh yeah, for my my Canadian
8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Nationhood
what are you
video.
studying? What is your major?
How
What is your
Canada,
minor?
like when Canada gained nationhood.
What was like my last video about Canada?
That was it. Jeepers Creepers. Hello, there you are. You're
Oh,
gonna
yeah, for
miss
my
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 loving.
Canadian,
You're gonna miss. You're gonna miss. I haven't even drawn Newfoundland,
Like
which
when Canada
I'm
gained
drawing this map for.
That was
For Newfoundland.
Jeepers Creepers.
Okay, there.
There you are.
Like that. Nice.
You're gonna
yeah, for
miss
my
my
Canadian,
Canadian.
You're gonna miss. You're gonna miss.
I haven't even drawn.
Here we go.
Newfoundland,
This-
which I'm drawing this map
Part of New
for.
Brunswick. Bam. And now onto New England.
There. That. Nice.
There we go. This down here matters a little less, so I don't really have to worry about it more. Now I'm on to Maine. Wow, you are teaching. Okay, that's interesting. Do you show my videos to your school? That scares me. If you show, wow. What ages do you teach? Like, yeah.
Wow. You are teaching. Okay, that's interesting.
I guess that is pretty thick.
Do you show my
Makes it
videos to
angle it
your
more, I think.
school? That scares me. If you show, wow. What ages do you teach? Like, yeah. Wow. You
Yeah,
are
it is that thick. It is that thick. Okay, I'll shut up then.
That's interesting. I guess that is pretty thick.
Do you show my videos to your school? That scares me. If you show.
Yeah, personally, teaching is my backup. Like being like a history teacher is like in Canada we call it.
It is that thick.
I'm not sure where anybody's from, so I'm just. Yeah, we basically call history class social studies. And like that's my backup is being a social studies teacher.
Like being like a history teacher is like.
And a Ukrainian teacher, obviously. That's why I'm making. That's why my minor right now is Ukrainian.
We basically
is because like just in case.
Class, social studies.
12 to 15. Nice. That's awesome. That's really awesome.
And like,
but I need to know
is being a social studies teacher.
Just for my own anxieties. I need to know if you show my videos to your students.
And a Ukrainian teacher, obviously. That's why I'm making. That's why my minor right now is Ukrainian. We basically is because
Ice-T.
Like, just in case. Social studies.
12 to 15.
Nice.
Oh, you're a social studies teacher?
But I need to know.
I'm assuming that's what you're talking about.
Just for
I don't actually know.
I need to know if you show my videos to your students. That's why I'm making. That's why my
and Newfoundland. Here we go. Finally, time to draw. Oh no, I'm not gonna draw. Île d'Anticosti. L'île d'Anticosti.
I'm assuming that's what you're
That's what they call it apparently.
I don't actually know.
Maybe it's right at the mouth of the St. Lawrence River.
Newfoundland. Here we go. Finally, time to draw.
Honestly, it's a little surprising to me that this island right here didn't play a larger role in the formation of Canada, just like because of its placement in the St. Lawrence River, how it's like right at the mouth. I feel like this is like a very like good place for a fort to look either way.
Honestly, it's a little surprising to me that
for anybody coming in. Ooh, I need to move it a little.
Didn't play a larger role in the formation of Canada, just like because of
this is what I love about English and social studies. That's
the St. Lawrence River,
amazing. That's awesome.
I feel like this is like a very like good place.
But this is what I love about drawing not on a whiteboard like I used to do.
For anybody coming in,
Ooh, I need to move it a little. Is that I can move things around if I mess it up.
In the formation of Canada, just like because this is what I love about English and social studies. That's amazing. That's awesome. I feel like this is like very like good. But this is what I love about drawing not on a whiteboard like I used to do. For anybody coming in,
Oops.
Is that I can move things around if I mess it up.
Fantastic. They call me Mr. Bombastic. Shout out to Biggie Cheese, the rapper from Barnyard. There we go. Now finally, la pièce de résistance, Newfoundland.
They call me Mr. Bombastic. Shout out to Biggie Cheese.
That one starts with
the rapper from Barnyard.
And it goes to. Oh, it almost touches.
Now finally. La pièce de résistance.
Here we go.
Newfoundland.
This, like this. Little cove there.
Shout out to Biggie Cheese.
Here we go.
The rapper from Barnyard. And it goes to. Oh, it almost.
The border
of
Newfoundland.
La pièce de résistance.
Here we go.
Newfoundland.
This.
Little cove.
Dun, 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 dun. Well, as long as I've got my suit and tie.
Here we go. And it goes to. Oh, it almost. The border of Newfoundland.
Cool. Swag. I'm almost like done the first map, which I only need how many? I only need like 2 maps from it, which is St. John's, the capital, and just like this is Newfoundland. Which I put a lot of effort for things that show up for only like 1 or 2 seconds in my videos, but it's worth it to add a little something rather than it being boring.
Which I only need how many?
I'd rather put
I only need
hours
like 2 maps
effort in
from it, which is
than
St.
lose
John's, the capital, and just like
watch time and lose teaching
which
people.
I put a lot of effort for things that show up for only like
because it was a little
1 or 2
boring.
seconds in my videos.
For myself, I actually started this YouTube channel. I'm not sure if anybody knows, but I started this YouTube channel because I There's a thing at a local university when I was in high school, and it was it's a Model UN, which is so basically we're assigned a country, and we have to learn their positions on certain arguments that the Model UN gives us, and we have a couple weeks to prepare our country's position on these things. And it was and then we have to act as these countries. We can't like add our own like wants into these into our debates. It's just like a group of people from a bunch of different schools debating as countries. And the first year I did this, it was like, I think it was also the first year or second year that our school had done this. So we didn't really get any big countries or like important countries, and I got Somalia. Into our debates, which on the global stage is not very influential. It's more focused on its civil war. But I had a lot of trouble finding just easily accessible information about Somalia, and I went, you know what? I could do this myself. Like, I could put in the time and the research and like help other people out who may just like look for these kinds of things or need it for a school project, and just like give like general baseline information about countries. About Somalia, and I went, you know what? I could do this myself. Like, I could put in the time, and that's why I made this channel, is because I wanted to do that. I wanted to help people out in that way. These kinds of things. I definitely fucked up. I definitely really messed up. General baseline information about countries. I haven't done Somalia yet, but I plan on doing it soon. I think. Let me check my whiteboard. I have a whiteboard over here with a list of countries I've been doing. I wanted to do that. I wanted to help people out in that way. I definitely fucked up. I definitely really messed up. So my next African country is Mauritania. But I plan on doing it soon. I think. Let me check my whiteboard. But I plan. I think for like the one afterwards, I think I'm gonna do Somalia, just so I can finally like fulfill the mission, quote unquote, that I started this YouTube channel for. Or maybe I should finish with that. Maybe that'd be a fitting end to this channel. I think for like the one afterwards, I think I'm gonna do Somalia, just so I can finally like fulfill the mission, quote unquote. Is there an echo now? Try. It might have been picking up something else. Yeah, let me know if there's still an echo now. See if that fixed something. Here we go. That looks better. Oh, awesome. Thank you for letting me know. I had no clue. I forgot to mute the video player that I have just to see like what my stream is looking like. I forgot to mute that. So, you guys did not know that. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, I feel like I did the calculations. If I made like a video of a country every month, just once a month, I made a video about a country and its history, it would take me like over 10 years to finish this project. And I do plan on it. I do plan on finishing the history of every single country. As long as I'm interested and still feel like I can provide a good product. Because at the end of the day, this is like technically a product, but like as long as I'm delivering like good information and I feel like I have time to and I enjoy doing it, I feel like that is what's most important. I honestly love I love doing this right now. I really love having this channel and putting time and effort into something that I really enjoy, and just like genuinely want to do and like look forward to and keeps me busy. Often I go to JSTOR, which has a compilation of a lot of different articles. Yeah, or articles, scientific journals, things like that, and I piece things together from there. Sometimes as like a baseline to find out what I'm looking for, I just like go into the Wikipedia page and I go, okay, so this is like an important event, and then I look deeper into it, because obviously a lot of people don't use Wikipedia as a reliable source, so like I try and use it as little as possible. I used to use it a lot, but now I've moved away from it almost entirely. But I often use it as like a baseline or a skeleton to what I'm looking for, and what I find is often there's big gaps in the history. If it's done. Yeah, okay, Newfoundland is in the center, I just wanted to check. But there's often, like, large gaps in the history on the Wikipedia pages. So even if I did just get information from the Wikipedia page, I would have to... Hello? Uh-oh. There we go. Even if I did just get my information from the Wikipedia page, I would have to go other places to fill in the major gaps that are left. Here we go. Newfoundland. Blank. Okay. Crunchy fingers. You're gonna miss my love. Okay, the first one is Newfoundland is red. St. John's. Yeah, okay, so the first one is St. John's. St. John's is on that tip of that peninsula. Probably should have made this bigger. Not like Newfoundland and Labrador particularly. I might do that then. Oh, excuse me. I got the hiccups. Free transform. Peter Pete. Saint Pierre. Eventually, one time in my life, I want to visit this place called Saint Pierre et Miquelon, which is an island just off of Canada. You can't see where I'm pointing on the screen. It's like here-ish. It's like I think it's about here-ish, but it is a. Oh, okay. I see it on this map. It's like right here off the tip of this peninsula. But I really want to visit it because it's still French territory. So I would just like love to. I'd love to just visit there, because yeah, I think it's like the closest France is to Canada. Also, really cool is that thinking about it, my grandparents are older than the current flag of Canada because it was adopted in '65, and they were born in like '45. I think 45 or 46. I think that's good. Hexagon. Think about. Here we go. Come on. 75, 75. Come on. Come on. 75. Ugh. Cool. That is all. Wow, I don't need it black, please. I needed red. Polygon 1. Hello? Ugh. My computer's slow because I'm streaming and have like 8 tabs open. I'll close a few. I'm going to eventually also stream on Twitch. Yeah, I eventually plan on streaming on Twitch as well. I just have to, I thought about that like way too early, and I mean way too late. Like it was like 5 minutes before my stream, and I was like, oh, I should try and stream on Twitch as well. And then I figured out that I needed like a different streaming setup, so like I need to figure that out like with a lot more time in my day left. You know, I'm gonna do 50-50. Oh, I had it. I'm gonna do 51. Hey, come on, Pix. Ugh, this is breaking my brain. Please work with me. Work with me, my friend. Oh, I had it for 1 second. Did you guys see that? I had 51 for 1 second. Oh, now, cool. Thank you so much. There we go. Fill with red. Perfect. This is St. John's up here. It's on like the tip of this peninsula down this way. Yeah. It's honestly really exciting because I don't recognize most of these names in my chat. So it's nice to see new people. I do miss my old friend Diego. He used to email me all the time. And you used to be very avid in my streams. But yeah. Also, yeah, last time I streamed, I was really excited to stream last time when I was... When did I stream that? It was for my last video, I think. And I want to stream me drawing the maps. But for some reason, that was the day that YouTube was like, nah, our streaming is going to be down, like, after I hadn't streamed in, like, or posted anything in a long time. I was just upset about that. Okay. Nothing that's good. I don't need to add text. File. You'll never find. I've had that song stuck in my head all day. It's a good song. It's a really, really good song. I'll tell you that for a fact. But it's also tough. It's also tough having a... Oh, that's how I saved it. It's tough having a song stuck in your head. One St. John's. Yeah, this morning I finished like the first part of editing. Now I have this part of editing to do. But I'm really enjoying. Like I haven't streamed in a while because I just get exhausted. Like, at the end of the day, after I work, I do a full day of work, and I'm just like, ugh, it's so exhausting to just, like, talk and talk and talk. And half the time, nobody's talking back, obviously. But yeah, it's fun once I actually do it. I just have to get into it. Okay. Do you want to delete this? Oh, I can only delete it in. I don't have anything incriminating on here, so I can tell you that for a fact. I'm not worried. Hello? Actually right click, please. Thank you. There we go. Going to delete that. Now, we're back in business, baby boys. Okay. Dominion of Newfoundland. Dominion. Okay. So basically, the Dominion of Newfoundland has, yeah, just the same borders. Right. It has the same borders because it joined the Union in, like, 55? Let me look this up. When... I think my guess right now is 55. Did join the Confederation. $49. Where did I get 55 from? Oh. Canada, March 31st, 1949. That's pretty close. Wow, I was 5 years off. Whoops. How many people do I have watching right now? This is another reminder. Ladies and gentlemen, stay hydrated, please, I beg you. What is there? It's not telling me how many people are watching. I need to go like onto the streaming app thing. Okay, hello. You cannot see, but off screen things are going wrong. And not in the good way. Why would things go wrong in a good way? Okay, I got 3 people watching. To all 3 of you, thank you for joining. You're much appreciated that you're here. Now the Dominion of Canada. Did I misplace my pen? God, I'm a doofus. Ladies and gentlemen, we've... Oh, never mind, I found it. I've entered doofus mode. Doofus mode engaged. Okay, we'll start from the bottom because that's just easy. It's about here. There's a direct line. North. And where does that go? Until about there. Okay. About here it goes to. Then it does a little divot up this way with this up here. And there's this little flare out. Honestly, I want to know the population. Like where people live in Labrador, particular. That's really far north. That's really far north. But I guess it's also along the coast, so that would keep it a little more temperate. So I don't really know. Maybe that's a nice place to live. Oh, but it unlike Europe, I guess, it's less hot. It's more cold than anything, I assume. Okay. Now I'm just gonna meet this guy. So we'll go up here. Meet it up this way. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. You're gonna... Okay. Pardon my French, but crap. I hated that I said that. Said, I need this one. Yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. We finally did it. After enough focus and determination, I figured it out. Okay. About here, there's this thing and this thing where it goes a little zigzag. And then it goes... No, it doesn't go back to its course. Now it goes wiggly. A little jut out this way. Oh, no, it's a little... I need to fix that. It goes down further before the wiggly. Do you like my technical terms that I use? The wiggly. Here we go. Nice. Down and about here, I'd say the wiggly goes. Wiggle. Ladies and gentlemen, the official Wiggly podcast. I actually have a podcast that I used to... Well, I did for one summer. I did it every couple of weeks in the summer. Like, this was like 3 years ago. It was when I was going into grade 11. So I think that's almost 4. Jesus Christ. I'm getting old. I know I'm like not actually old, but I feel it. But yeah, the summer going into my grade 12 year in high school was the year that I did this like little podcast, and I even say it in the first episode, I do it as like a little time capsule of sorts to be like, oh, this is my friends, these are my viewpoints at this time in my life. And I had like a bunch of my friends from school on. We had like really good talks. It was honestly really good. If any of you find it, I will be very impressed because it obviously didn't get big. I'm a random kid from Alberta. Sorry, just want to make sure I was doing this right. I'm a random kid who had a podcast. Nobody's gonna watch that. One of them has 100 views, like 140 maybe. I'll look it up. I like to look things up. YouTube. Wow, I still have 15 subs. My videos, let's see, my most popular is 120. Honestly impressive, but the others, the next highest is 55. Like, less than half. But yeah, I used to have a podcast. I was thinking of starting it up again, actually, but I just don't know the password. I don't know the email that I used for this, and the email isn't public about it, which sucks thoroughly. Because if the email is public, I know exactly what password I used. Okay, but now Newfoundland. After I finish this map, I'm going to. Oh my god, I forgot to change. And why is it black? Whack. 3, 2, 3, and now for the polishers. Here we go. Color these guys in. That's all I need. Why did I talk like that? That's it. Stream's over. Because I talk like that. I need to turn my heater off. That's what I was saying before, though. I need to turn my heater off. It's making my brain feel like liquid. At my work, their AC is out, which is very frustrating. Because one, a lot of people leave. I guess that is kind of good that like people don't actually stay. Hello? Oh, up there too. But it also means that because there's no people there, I get cut so early, and also like I'm like walking around the store, obviously, and it feels just like my brain is melting because it's honestly as hot as it is outside as it is inside, and where I am, there's like a big heat wave, which obviously sucks. But because there's no AC, it's like, oh my god, it sucks. There we go. Does that look full? Okay, I'm going to tap it one more time. Wait, let me check. Yeah, that looks fine. Here we go. 2. Dominion of Newfoundland. Odd Newfoundland. Whoops, I misspelled it. That's alright. Time to turn my heater onto low. The reason why I have a heater on is because... There we go. The reason I have a heater on is because in my basement, where I am currently, I just disclosed important information of where I am below ground. So don't look for me through planes, just so you know. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it's just really cold in my basement. That's what that. I hate myself. Okay. I think next is Gallipoli. Yes, next it is Gallipoli. Nice. Hello? Oh, I'm holding my pen backwards. I was wondering why. God, I'm a fool. Someone who loves you tender like I do. Or I could just... What am I doing? I could just delete the layer. Ralph. Tip. If you burp, say Ralph. It makes it sound way better. Delete layer. Delete layer. Delete layer 1. Yeah! Okay. Time for Gallipoli. My nose is itchy. I'll tell you that for a fact. Okay. If this is... Okay, what is this? Cape Hells is there. That's the main invasion. Anzac forces, so where is Suvla Bay? There it is. Swag, ladies and gentlemen. You'll never... Oh, I didn't know that the French landed in Anatolia. Kumkale. I might have to do a video on that. Kumkale. Honestly, I think World War I is more interesting than World War II. I'm just looking up Kumkale, because that was France's. Yeah, they landed in Anatolia, and that was France's contribution to like the Gallipoli campaign. I didn't even know that the French. Huh. Or part of that. Kumkale. I will save that. That is interesting to know. Swag, ladies and gentlemen. You'll never find. I'm also just gonna look up Suvla Bay because I'm not sure. That looks like something else that I'm looking at. Does that help you out? The thing with World War II that people love about it is there's a clear bad guy. There's a clear bad guy. In World War I, who was really the bad guy? It was just a weird set of alliances that kind of led to a world war, you know? In World War II, there's a clear bad guy. There's a guy who is killing people because of their ethnic race, killing people because of their what they believe. You know, obviously, like in North America, we were doing that to the native people at the same time. You know, how Hitler got a lot of ideas from the way that we treated Native Americans in North America. But that's besides the point. There's like a clear bad guy. that we can point to and say, he's bad, we were the good guys, that's awesome. And there's a lot of cool technology that came out during World War II. Like tanks. Like, obviously there was tanks in World War I, but they moved... the moral ambiguity, that it's harder to like that, I feel. And, like, there's so much cool new technology, like the tanks. There were tanks in World War I, but they were, like, moved at, like, 1 kilometer per year, and drove in a straight line and broke down most of the time, you know? Here there was, like, tank warfare and, you know? What do you mean? What do you mean as long as you ignore the African front? Simply big map. Because honestly, the North African front in World War II, I'm very, very interested in. I don't know much about it, but I'd be really interested in looking into it. Because there's a lot of logistics that you have to think about there. In the same way that they had to think about logistics when the Ottomans attacked the British in Egypt. Like, I talked about it in my Turkish fronts of World War I, how, like, I forget who, but either the Ottomans or the English destroyed wells in the Sinai Peninsula, so, like, they had to move across the northern coast, so it was like a funnel of, like, this is where the troops are coming from, which is, I think, is so cool. Thinking about, like, using the terrain to your advantage. Okay, cool. So there's a bay that is attached to a lake. That's what I was confused about, but now I understand it. But this map shows me that there's no connection. Oh Lord, I guess I'll have to look at the actual map. But yeah, Peter Pete, what do you mean by, like, as long as you ignore the African front? Because that's what I just kind of don't understand. Is it the moral ambiguity? Okay, I need to figure out. So you guys know what I'm doing. I'm just going on Google Maps right now, and I'm looking at. Oh, yeah, no, that's true. I'm also, speaking of Africa, I'm very interested in the African fronts of World War I, because those were very, they weren't very long fights, but they were very interesting. I got into some of it in my, okay, I guess it's not connected? Okay, I guess the bay and this one... See, you're not connected. Anyways, but they weren't long fights, but they were still fought, and they really shifted things in Africa just entirely, with powers and even, like, local people. And I really want to look into it way more. Like, I've kind of, like, dabbled in it in my history of Equatorial Guinea and my history of Mozambique, where, like, there was, like, fighting near, but there wasn't fighting in those countries, so I didn't really get to, like, talk about the fronts. Someone who loves you tender like I do. But also, Peter Pete, with the African front, talking about the African front, it's important to know that, like, obviously, the Nazis thought that black people were subhuman, you know, so, like, it wasn't, like, to better the lives of the African people, is because they knew that the British would beat the crap out of them. which sucks. But oh, that's a red. I need a black. Black line. So this is... So we're starting with Suvla Bay, where the Newfoundlanders attacked. If you want to learn more about this, you'll have to watch this video when it comes out. And you can say, hey, I was there when he was drawing that map. Honestly, I feel like that'd be, like, really cool. German forces invade Mozambique. No. If I remember correctly, Portugal didn't enter World War I until way later. Portugal, World War I. Yeah. So as far as I remember, in World War I, there were clashes on the northern border when Portugal eventually did join, but they never entered Mozambique territory. So like from Tanzania, as far as I remember. But then again, to err is human. I'm probably wrong, and correct me if I am. Genuinely do. Wait, I literally have the internet at my fingertips. Mozambique, World War I. Mozambique, World War I. East African campaign. Just doing a quick... Ugh, my neck hurts. Yeah, so it was, as far as I can tell here, for my light reading, they knew that they couldn't win this front, but they kind of played it like mildly aggressively to pull Allied troops away from the front. Yeah, so it was, gosh, I should finish drawing a map before I start looking at other things. Yes. But yeah, so it was more of a diversion and they knew that they were outnumbered in Africa, so they more like were playing an offensively defensive role. If you know, if that makes any sense to you. Ugh. I forgot to do on a new layer. Here it is. Oh, I did get a new layer going. Cool. So what I'm going to do, I'm talking about Gallipoli. Just so you know, anybody who has just entered, this is the Gallipoli campaign I am doing. Just drawing the map for it. This is Gallipoli. This is Suvla Bay. And on the sands of Suvla, they entered into hell. On those bloody beaches, the first of them fell. Oh, wow. I wonder what this is like. How many kilometers? Whoops, I was not looking at the map that I was drawing, and I messed it up. I'm kind of goofy. I'm kind of quirky. I don't need to brag or anything, but I'm kind of quirky. But for anyone who is actually interested, I would suggest, like, if you see my videos and you're like, hey, I think that's really cool. There are a few reasons for that. One, I think it's like there are a lot of maps that I can't find on the internet that I've, or like I can't find them in good quality, so I'd rather just remake them myself with making them look how I want them to look. And also, one of the channels alongside my channel, I forget, they're highlighted channels. One of the highlighted channels on my YouTube channel is a Canadian YouTuber called Joe McCullough. He is also a journalist. But, he, in one of his videos, he said, you know, I respect the people who create their own content for their videos, who create their own style for their videos, because, and like specifically in relation to things used and things not just found off the internet, because it requires more creativity and it requires more time and effort to be put into the videos, and I really took that to heart, and I want to make my videos better. So I chose to start drawing my maps. That was a long time ago. I can't even remember. He was talking about other YouTubers. If I had the video, I'd link you guys to it. I'll try. If I can find this on my first search on YouTube, I'll put it in the chat. But he says it somewhere in there, and I really, really took it to heart. JJ McCullough favorite YouTubers. Smart and informative YouTube channels, I think. It's one of his old, yeah, because it's 2 years old, and I started doing this myself. Copy link. Cool. Here we go. I posted it in the chat. But yeah, what he said in that video really took to heart, because I want to make my videos as much max as possible. You know, not just oh, this is another history guy. I wanted to make it, okay, this is max. You know, that's also why I focus a lot on. Also, I have to restart this. That's why I focus a lot on native people of countries, because I find that that's harder information to find, so people include it less in their videos. So I want to give more. That's what I add. That's what makes me different from other YouTube channels, if you know what I mean. I know I'm kind of incoherently rambling, but that's what makes me different from other YouTube channels. At least that's what I've thought about. I thought about what makes me different, because if I want to make it, if I want not to make it big, but if I want my channel to grow, I have to be different from everybody else. I have to prove to everybody that this is not just another Kurzgesagt. This isn't just another JJ McCullough. This isn't just another whatever armchair historian. This is who I am. You know, this is what I bring to the table. Dude, yeah, the territorial stuff, I do not understand how they do that. There must be so much research that people put in that's so difficult. Holy moly. The one thing about it is that you can just go online and choose a basic empty map, and then you could just go from there. And just draw lines from there. But no, I don't know how people do it. Or even just blank country every year. I feel like some of the time you just have to guess. To some extent, you just have to guess what what it actually looked like at some time, because you don't really know. But Peter Pete, have you posted any videos on your channel? I haven't looked. I'm too big for you, obviously. That was a joke. Please. I really appreciate you being here. Yeah, do you have any videos on your channel? Yeah, and also the thing about making YouTube videos, like, for history, is that you genuinely have to be interested in it. Because you're not going to grow big like all of the Fortnite channels, or the Roblox channels, or the vlogger channels who can post every day and just pump out, like, brainless... I don't want to say brainless crap, because there's a lot of effort. You don't have any videos on your channel? Fair. It's a lot of effort with a little gain. But yeah, it's not like those channels. Like, and I don't want to call it brainless crap, because there's a lot of time and effort put into these videos. But it's a lot different in that you can't post videos at the same rate if you want to make good content. Like, if you want to make good history content, you can't post every day or post weekly. Sometimes you can't even post bi-weekly. I struggled when I posted bi-weekly. So, like, just because of that, the algorithm hates you. And on top of that, you know, while history is decently big on YouTube, it's pretty small for what it... compared to most other avenues you can go on YouTube. It's not very popular. So it's you just have to be genuinely interested and care about what you do to make it. And you have to be willing to work pro bono for a long time. And work for scraps once you, like, start making money. Work for scraps for a long time, too. Because I'm not sure, like, what I'm supposed to say. If I'm allowed to say certain things. I guess I'm not very important, so I don't really have to worry about much. But I can tell you that in 2.5 years of me doing this, I have seen less than $10 for 40-plus videos. And thousands and thousands of hours put in. But I keep doing it because I genuinely like what I make. It's I love making this channel. I love what I do here. And I'm really happy that I have the access to all the materials, and, like, I have people around me who are really supportive and, like, don't, like, make fun of me for it, because that could have been, like, a big drawback, is that, like, my friends being like, or family being like, this is a waste of time, what are you doing, you're not making money off it. They're all, like, supportive and being like, yeah, this is cool, this is interesting. Yes, yeah, that's also a thing, is that it's like, you can have everything in front of you, but putting it together is tough. And, like, without like the, yeah, like the reference, without the easy visual access to what you want. In the same way that, like, I don't know, I love doing history videos, but in the where am I going? I forget. My brain just really shut off for a second. Cool. So, yeah. Awesome. Cool. Sorry, I'm looking at a different map. But in the same way that, like, I can piece together information, but that's what I have to do. I have to piece it together. If there's, like, already a video out there, it's like, okay, cool, this is easy to put together now because it's mostly put together. I can add my own flair to it. That's, like, the final, like, finishing touches to it. But when you have to, like, put it together yourself and you see here, there, it doesn't, this, like, how does this lead into this? And you're like, psh, and then if you find a video and it just skips kind of that part, and you're like, oh, I entirely understand what you mean. I'm not sure if that little spiel made any sort of sense, but I'm going to pretend that it did. Okay, this is coming up this way. Yeah. But honestly, good on you that you even got that far in your video. Like, that you got to the point where you were like, I have all this information, all I have to do is, like, piece it together, but I have difficulty visualizing it and, like, putting it to paper. Like, honestly, that's impressive in and of itself. Which war did you do? Okay, I need to erase this. It needs to be a little closer, so I need to make this angled towards it better. World War One. Yeah. But yeah, I really love World War One. So in this video, I have I talk about a battle that the Newfoundlanders were a part of. It's called well, it's a part of the Greater Battle of the Somme, and it's it's Beaumont-Hamel is where the Newfoundlanders were a part of the Battle of the Somme, and awesome. And I actually had the privilege to go there and see, like, Beaumont-Hamel myself. I went with, like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say, what I'm allowed to say. I went with this organization. They usually go with teachers, but this year they decided to go with students. And they just did, like, a trip of a lot of sites that were very important in both World War I and World War II. And I'm very honored that I got the privilege to go there and see the things that I did. And it was a 2-week trip. Yeah, so I traveled, like, all across northern France, and I got to see a little bit of Belgium. I got to go to Ypres, and yeah, and it was with a lot of random people from, like, all across Canada. That was like 2 years ago now. I got to do this. It was my grade 12 year. I just finished my grade 12 year. I think I graduated that year, and I got to go on this lovely trip to France with a lot of people who I genuinely still talk to, and I'm still friends with a lot of them, which is awesome. And so there's one part where I talk about this thing called the danger tree. And I used footage that I took myself. It is quite shaky, and I wish I wish that I, like, was better with the camera back then, and knew what I was doing it for, because I would have done it way better. But the camera's, like, super shaky in that moment, and but yeah, I used my own footage that I took, which I think is really cool. For the part. Okay, I'm almost done. Ugh, I'm just kind of empty, you know? I think I'll make it bigger so that I don't really have to see this part. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Nope, I do not want to do that. There we go. That's fine. Free transform. Nice. There we go. Oh yeah, I asked you what I talked about that. That's really impressive that you got that far in your research. That happens. But I just said that it's really, really impressive that you got even just like that far in your research, that you got all the information summarized in a doc, and all you had to do was like put it together for a video, because like that's honestly very, very impressive. But I just asked you what war it was of. Okay, this is a lot better. Yeah, swag. I hate that I say swag. Okay. I'm going to add this lake up there where Suvla Bay is. Okay, here we go. Cool. I need to make the pen size a little bigger. It's 5? Is it 5 now? Does 5 look too thick? 5 might look too thick. Does it stand out? I'll draw the map here. Yeah, it does. I'm going to draw it small then and just enlarge it. But yeah, anyways, Peter Pete. I do not want to do that. What... Close that, please. What country... North Yemen Civil War. Is it lagging that far behind? Jeebers. North Yemen Civil War. Yeah, that's still going on, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one where Saudi Arabia is funding. God, I always forget what Saudi Arabia, their religion is. I think it's Sunni. Oh no, they're Shia? Are they Shia? Religion of Saudi Arabia. It's Sunni, yeah. Yeah, cool. Excuse me, got the hiccups. Wow, I'm suddenly tired. Oh, the Yemen Civil War. There was a North Yemen Civil War? Oh gosh. There's layers to this stuff. Yemen Civil War. North Yemen Civil War. Oh, that's interesting. I'm just gonna do a quick Google search of what that was. (1962 to 1970). Wow. So basically, oh, okay, so they want to make a Yemen a republic. They did make it a republic. Interesting. Swag. I'm excited to do the history of Yemen, but I think Yemen is going to be like one of the last countries that I do because they have an ongoing civil war. Same thing with Somalia. Same thing with a lot of countries. It's tough because when there is a lot of interesting things that go on in a country and then suddenly something new happens, you're like, nah, I couldn't include that in my video, and that'd have been cool to include in my video. Then you can't because it's too late. So, like, once there's a time of peace in, like, Yemen or not Saudi Arabia, in Yemen or, or, like, Somalia, like, I think then I'll do a video, but it's just tough otherwise. It's really tough otherwise. Here we go. I was like, why does that look so thick? Because I'm not even on the lasso tool. Nice right click. Transform. Perfect. I do need to make it a little bigger. Ugh. No. There we go. Make it taller. Taller. Please. One more time. There we go. There we go. Look at this. That's really good. Oh yeah, that would be really intelligent to go to the battlefield. Honestly, good idea. I'll set aside my studies for a couple months to go to the Congolese jungle and be under active fire. Yeah, it'd be pretty epic as long as I live. My death wish will be for somebody to finish the video that I started. As I lay to waste in a random Yemeni desert. I just like waste away riddled with bullet holes. I'm filled with so many bullet holes that I'm just related to Swiss cheese. Oh, I need to move this a little further down. Amen. Amen, Vaishali. No wars, please. Especially because there's an ongoing conflict in Ukraine right now, where Russia says, "Oh no, we don't have any we don't have any troops in Ukraine." That's entirely just those are just freedom fighters. They're freedom fighters, not they're not related to us at all. I promise you. I promise you from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, I would love for that to happen, but sadly, people like money. And sadly, also yeah, there's also like a lot of stuff going on with India and China right now. That's rough. But yeah, sadly, people like money, people like power. So until people are stripped from power and nobody holds power, and until there is no money in the world, we no longer need money. As long as those two factors are on this planet, sadly, there will forever be war. Which sucks. Which entirely sucks. Or unless everybody has nukes. If everybody has nukes, then everybody's safe. Or everybody's dead. One of the two. I'm not willing to make that risk, so let's just leave the nukes the power of just a few. But I think something that would genuinely help with peace in the world is if we had an actual good peacekeeping body. The UN does nothing for peace in the world. What the UN does is is it allows Russia, it allows the United States, it allows China to just enact what they want upon the world. The only reason right now that Palestine isn't a country, like a sitting country on the UN, is because of the United States. You know, I don't really pay attention to the UN very much, and I would say things about what China does and about what Russia does, but I don't really know genuinely. But all I know is that they use their veto power to just, like, specifically on the Security Council, just mess everything up in the world and, like, allow for things. They should be equal everywhere, but the thing is, people like money. No, exactly. Like, I recently watched the movie Iron Man. It's the same premise. Like, Tony is fabulously rich. Fabulously rich. Because he sells weapons. He makes money. People profit from constant wars. Like, and if you want power, you fearmonger people against this other group of people who, in reality, is often... I should keep drawing maps. Who, in reality, is often not as dangerous as politicians let them out to be. Like... Yeah, everybody's blood is red. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy to me that anybody could look at somebody else on the other side of the world and say, you don't deserve to live. Same thing with sexuality. Same thing with race. Same thing with gender. If it doesn't physically harm you, who cares? Like, if, you know, Palestinians, they want to live free from harm. Israelis want to live free from harm. But propaganda has taught each of them that the other is going to kill them because of who they are. So what happens, groups in either side, they go, all right, you're going to kill me, so I'm going to kill you. And then we get this endless war because Israelis are dying and because Palestinians are dying. Oh, these are confirming my beliefs that these people want to kill me. So I'm going to keep fighting, and because if I stop fighting, then I will die. And then you get into this, it's horrid. It's horrid. And recently in Canada, like, why do people have to hate people for just having different culture? Having different color of skin. In Canada, it's been insane. The fact, how many hundreds of children, dead children, have been found. And people are still trying to justify it. I saw a clip of a pastor saying, oh, you hear about all the dead children. What about, well, you don't hear about, but you never see in the news about the children who loved the residential schools. Are you kidding me? That's stupid. That's idiotic. That's insane. I'm angry. I'm upset. Thank you. I'm getting passionate. Okay. Landing at Suvla Bay. I need to... Yeah, it's just crazy to me that anybody could look at somebody else and just say, no, you're lesser than me because you have different skin. Oh, you're lesser than me because you like the same gender. Oh, you're lesser than me because you feel like you don't belong to either gender. Come on. Come on. I hope you heard that neck crack. What time is it even? It is currently midnight. One second. I will be back, I promise. I have returned. I know you missed me so much. I hope you guys kept each other busy in the chat. As I see, nobody has said anything. Oh, I probably should have just like left it not at just the arrow. Jeepers creepers, I'm an idiot. But what I'm going to do is this. Bam. Damn it. No. Looks extremely old. Does it? Well, you can kiss my ass. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Michael Wolfe, I actually don't think at all, so I don't know who that is. What I'm trying to say is, what is D's? Okay. Oh, okay. I think, never mind. I don't need to do this. Michael, you are a comedian. Michael, have you ever thought of doing stand-up? Did I ever? Hello? Please delete. What is happening? I need you gone. I forgot that you can't delete with backspace. Hello? Okay, there you go. Yes. Anzac Cove. Yeah, you do comedy. That I think that's your calling. Landing at Suvla Bay and connecting with the Anzac forces further south. Suvla. So what I'm gonna do for this, I'm gonna put an arrow here and then an arrow here, because where is? So this is Anzac. Yeah. So where's my mouse? There it is. It's on the other screen. Anzac Cove is right here. And so Newfoundlanders landed here, and they had to reach here, basically. Anzac Cove. Landed at Suvla Bay, and so what I'm going to do here... Oh, jeepers creepers. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to... Michael, I'm working on the stuff in my next video. It is. Have you ever heard the song? I know you're not gonna respond, obviously, so I'm just gonna say it's about this song by The Great Big Sea. It's called "Recruiting Sergeant." You know, come you Newfoundlanders and come follow me. That one. So it's I basically go through that song line by line, and I talk about like the significance and like of what it's actually talking about, and more like the context of it all, because it's the song is about the Newfoundlander Regiment going through World War I and like what they experienced through it all. And yeah, it's honestly a really good song. They're obviously Newfies. Nobody else would make a song about Newfies other than Newfies. It just talks about their experience through World War I, and I've really liked that song for a long time. And I was thinking, hey, why don't I make a video about it? Because I don't really know anything about this Newfoundland Regiment, and I love World War I. Well, I don't love that it happened, but I think it's really interesting. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Okay. File. Yeah. And now you can when you see the map of Anzac Cove, then you'll be like, hey, I was there for the stream. I was there for the stream. Okay. For the soak at Anzac Cove. Anzac Cove. Control Z. Control Z. Ugh. I'm so tired, but I want to finish these maps tonight so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. Okay, at Cape Hells. Gosh, I'm a fool. I keep trying to use my Wacom pen on my touchpad rather than the actual the Wacom tablet. And I'm oh, why is it working? Why isn't it working? Because I'm literally an idiot. Doofus hours engaged. I need to get rid of these. Oh, that's gonna be bad. Oh no, didn't actually erase anything. Nice. I think my boob is out. Okay. Shout out. That's a little gift for anybody who's still watching after this long of stream. My boob was out. Okay. There we go. Cape Hells. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't work tomorrow until 3 in the evening, so I can sleep in as late as I want. And I only have a few more maps to go here. How many do I have left? So I have adjusted Cape Hells. I'm looking through my script, in case y'all are wondering. I'm not sure if you can see it. I have 1, 2, 3, 3 more maps. And I just have to redo the northern. All I have to do is paint northern France, I guess. Yeah. Did I save a blank copy of... Whoops, that needs to be up here. Did I save a copy of Gallipoli? No. Newfoundland blank. Okay, so just have to redo this. Okay. Export. Oh, also, Michael, you're also Sexy Beast yourself. I never remember where the 2 L's are in Gallipoli. I think it's the first one. How many people are watching me right now? Hey, I have 1. Gallipoli. Enlist you Newfoundlanders and come follow me. Okay, what's next? Delete the layer. And it's time to do northern France. I'm very sleepy. I'm not very sleepy. I'm like average sleepy. But I can sleep in as late as I want tomorrow. As long as I'm up by 2:30. Because then I have 15 minutes to get ready. I live really close to my work, so it's really nice that I can get there in 10 minutes. 5 minutes to get, like, put my shirt on. Whatever. Okay. Northern French. That's the good kush, if you know what I mean. Ha ha ha. Do you get it? Marijuana. Swag. Trail of the Caribou. I think that's what I have to look up. Okay, so it's all really northern France. Trail of the Caribou. Oh yeah, and like not outside of my YouTube channel, but yeah, I've made maps before for like most of my other videos. I think my first one was, I'm gonna just look at my YouTube channel. It was the one that I did after my Brazil video, I think. Sorry, you're gonna hear me for a sec. Oh no, you didn't. Never mind. Forget that. Brazil. Where's Brazil? No, it was after Brazil. Was it Montenegro? Nope. Not Mozambique. Was it Venezuela? Benin still. Sweden. I guess it was Saudi Arabia. My first video was Saudi Arabia 6 months ago. Wow. 6 months ago. That's a long time. I've been doing this channel for so long. I've changed so much. Like, so much has changed in my life in these 2 years. Like, honest to God. I've become an entirely different person. Even if you, like, look at the way that I hold myself, present myself in those first videos, like, oh my God. I'm so different. In the best way possible, I think. I like to think that it's in the best way possible. Calais. Yep. But it's also really cool to think about. Like looking at my videos and like seeing how old they were and seeing how different I was. And just like, and remembering, like, hey, like, when I was writing this script, I remember exactly where I was in my life at that point, you know? I remember, like, vividly from my France video, I was still, I danced, and I was sitting in a room of my dance studio, because there were, like, several, like, studios to dance in, but then there was also, like, the hallway and, like, other rooms. And I was sitting in this one room, and I was working on my France script. Like, I just remember that so vividly. It's just interesting how just, like, one image, one thought can take you back to a point in your life that you previously would have entirely forgotten of. That's awesome. Did you have like a specific like time frame, or like what were your maps like for? I know they were like for DeviantArt, but yeah, like even over a year you changed a lot. Like I was 17. Yeah, I was 17 when I made this channel. I'm now 19. These are formative freaking years in a teenager's life. Formative years. I think it's just very interesting to think about. I'm just going over to find Calais. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Honestly, even over just like, yeah, like I've changed a lot because of the just random maps. Yeah, it's fair enough. It's basically what I do. It's whatever interests me, I do. What was I gonna say? But yeah, like the pandemic and like the lockdown have changed me so thoroughly. I'm now an entirely different person from like when the lockdown started. Like, what was that? Like 17 months ago. It's crazy to think. It's just crazy to think about. Like, I swear that, like, at some point between, like, high school and now, I just, like, changed. Like, there's just, like, not even the same person. It's just an entirely different person. We just, like, switched eventually. Even though I know, like, people are only products of their environment. So this change, like looking at like 2 points, you can see this change is intense and sudden. But within these 2 points, it's really clearly gradual. And like, I know I've just forgotten like a lot of key things that happened. But it's still just crazy to think about. Okay. Well, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking. If that's too personal, I get it. Because, like, yeah. 17 to 19 is, like, very formative in, like, finding out who I am as a person. And just, like, the royal you. Finding out who you are as a person. I need to just move my mic for a second. Sorry if you can hear this. There we go. Oops. Yeah. 14. Yeah, dude. You're gonna change a lot more, my friend. A lot more. Like, it might be scary. It is scary how much you change once you grow older. But, like, you also have to realize that change isn't bad. Often you're changing for the better. If I stayed who I was as a 14-year-old, holy moly. Like, me, thinking about who I was as a 14-year-old, I would rather not think about it. And I bet you when you're older, you're going to look back at what you when you were 14, you're going to be like, yeah, I wish I didn't. I wish I wasn't that. But that doesn't make who you are right now any less valid. Like, enjoy your life as much as possible. And, like, and go with the flow, honestly. Just because, like, things may be changing around you doesn't mean that it's bad. Like, enjoy things while they are, but also enjoy things as they change. Which is difficult. I know I'm a person who dislikes change, personally. But I'm trying to slowly, personally, I'm trying to grow as a person by learning to accept change. Learning that change is just a fact of life. And yeah, just embracing it more. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But it's also important to humble yourself sometimes, because I know even now I'm learning to just sit back and learn. You know, it may feel like sometimes like you're so old and I'm so mature. Don't like enjoy when you're young. Enjoy no responsibilities, because obviously it's hard to understand when you're that age. It's hard, like when you're at any age. It's hard to understand your actual age. Yeah, exactly. Unless you're willingly changing it. But like you're always the oldest you've ever been. And it's hard to understand why you feel like, oh, I feel so old and mature, and like feeling weird that people are treating you in a certain way. But just enjoy it. And like I definitely understand that, like, yeah, exactly. Enjoy not paying taxes. Because every night now, I sit down with a booklet and I pay attention to my finances. And I say, okay, how much more do I have to work this month to be able to pay my rent? How much more do I have to work this month to be able to afford food? I don't know. And obviously I don't know your situation, so yeah, there might be different like economic struggles. But like it's just nice. But yeah, like I entirely agree with that that idea of like, unless it's I'm in control personally, change sucks. But I've been trying to take more of a philosophy personally of I can't control almost anything in my life. Literally almost everything in my life is beyond my control. So why worry about controlling it? Just go with the flow. Yeah, it may suck for a little bit while things are changing around you, but like, I don't know. Just go with the flow. If you can't control it, what's the point about stressing about it? What's the point about freaking out if you can't control things? Just find solutions. Focus on finding solutions. Don't focus on problems. Because I know, especially in my work, I deal with a lot of people who focus on problems rather than solutions. I say, okay, we're out of this or this. And they go, it's the end of the world, or I messed something up that's easily fixable. And they act like it's the end of the world for them. It's fine. It's fine. Like, I know I'm being paid to do this. I'm also just being vague because I don't want to give away where I work. But like, I don't know, I'm being paid to work here. I know how to fix things. There's no reason to freak out. If you focus on solutions, if you say, hey, this is not what I wanted, can you fix this? And I go, yes, I can fix this. Could you just give me a couple minutes here? Bam. I can find a solution. Problem is over. Nobody had a freak out. It's just so easy. It's so easy to look at problems and just be like, ugh, this is not going my way. This is stressful. I don't want to be here. But it's harder, in my opinion. It's harder to look at scenarios and and look for solutions instead. And I think that's important and what people should look for. This is me getting into my philosophy at 1 a.m. talking to like 3 people. How many people are on? How many people are enjoying my... One person is enjoying the philosophical discussion I have with myself about youth. God, I hate myself. Okay. Now northern France is done. Honestly, the biggest advice I can give you for high school is don't be a part of the drama. That's like the best thing I can tell you, is just don't be a part of the drama. Like, it saves you from so many headaches and so much stress. Like, I was lucky enough that a lot of people told me about their drama, but I never got involved in it. And like, oh my god, I loved high school. It was so easy. When I was like so many people's friend, but I was nobody's enemy, it made like high school so much easier for me. So if you're around people that like to create drama and pull you in, I'd personally say you don't have to follow it. Don't have to follow this advice, but like I'd personally say step away from those people if you can. Obviously, I'm a streamer. Not even a streamer. I'm a random YouTuber who does history YouTube videos. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. But staying away from drama, one of the best decisions that I made in high school. It's fantastic. Trail of the Caribou. Yeah, so right now I'm doing the Trail of the Caribou. So I need to make this bigger. Calais. Yeah. The world is weird. The world is changing. I'm in university. I hate it. I think that's the closest I'm gonna get. Yeah, and I know when I'm out of university and worrying about like getting an actual job, I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna say, wow, that was not an issue. You know, that was nothing to worry about. And then when I'm retiring and I look back and I was like, ugh, I had a fulfilling job there. You know, there was nothing to worry about. You know. Life is always going to be a set of moving goalposts, and I think it's hard to realize that, but it's also, I think it's fantastic to realize, is that like you're always going to feel so old. You're always going to never always going to never. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. Life is just weird. Hard to describe. Enjoy it while you can. There's things to enjoy at every point of your life. General you. Royal you, I should say. You're gonna miss my lovin'. I'm gonna be honest with you. High school is the same. High school is the same. You're just exposed to different people. They say it's like, oh, it's so much harder. You're not rah, rah, rah. They say the same thing about university. As long as you're like... Right? Exactly. It's... They always make it sound so much harder than it is, and they always scare you so much. And I don't know why. And they shouldn't. There's like so much unnecessary stress that I went through going into high school, that I went through going into university, just to find out that everybody's just pretty chill, you know? Like, teachers are pretty chill, as long as, like, there are obviously, like, horrid teachers who just suck, who just genuinely suck. And they like, have vendettas against kids. But, like, that's not going to be every teacher. I'm going to be honest with you. That's not every teacher. That's not most teachers. A lot of teachers are just chill, and they'll be understanding as long as you're kind to everyone, as long as you're kind to them, as long as you have valid reasons, and you're not mean to... Yeah. You don't even have to kiss that much. Tuchus. Which, throughout my years as a dancer, as a student, as an actor, I've learnt perfectly how to kiss tuchus. I promise you that. $5.5. Cool try. You'll never find dun, 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 as long as you live someone who loves you tender like I do. Good or cool. No. Stop. Yeah. I do really enjoy the life that I lead. I really, really enjoy the life that I lead right now. I have a job that I decently like. And I think that I'm good at. I have friends. I have a supportive family. I literally could not ask for more. The flag that's behind me, this one right here, this is the Ukrainian flag. Blue and yellow, because I'm thoroughly Ukrainian. And this one over here, this one is Canada. You can't really see it very well. Or you can see, like, I think you can see the maple leaf. I'm waiting for stream to catch up, but I'm not going to wait for it anymore. 5.4. 5.4 good cool. Is it with an S or a T? Good or cool. Which one is good or cool? This one. Delete. You're gonna miss my loving. You're gonna miss my love. Massinière. Export. Quick export is PNG. Okay, so right now I'm just going through a few battles. Ew. Ouch, where are you from? If you're so high and mighty. Montchy-le-Preux, Beaumont-Hamel, Montchy-le-Preux, Massinière, it's this one. Massinière, Beaumont-Hamel. You'll never find. Yeah, expected. Not because of anything you said, but it's mostly expected because that's like one of the largest. I think one of the largest English-speaking sources of viewers. I don't know. On the site. Excuse me. You're gonna miss my love. Beaumont-Hamel. Beaumont-Hamel. This one. Yeah. There's a reason why whenever I say things that are French, I say it in a French accent. It's because I was in French immersion from kindergarten to grade 10-ish. Montchy-le-Preux. Cool. Oh god. I think Photoshop is crushing a bit. I accidentally did control. Oh, there we go. What did I do here? Liquify. Oh, that's cool. Control Shift. This is what Control Shift Z does. I did not know that. Okay, now I get to delete this one because this is Beaumont-Hamel. Delete. Delete layer. Yes. Wait, no, I didn't want to delete that one. I'm a fool. France has more English speakers than Canada. Is that true? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I feel like I'm a little surprised, but I wouldn't be surprised just because French and English, like France and England are very close together, so it's probably important for them to have close linguistic ties one way or another. France population. One thing that's crazy to me is that in the greater, so they have 40. Canada has like about 40 million and they have 65 million. But in the greater Tokyo area, has a almost a larger population than Canada. I think, yeah, let me look up. Greater Tokyo, 37.93 million residents, and population of Canada, is 37.59 million. So, like, they're just a couple 100,000 off of being the population of Canada within the greater Tokyo area. That's crazy to me. That is insane. Then again, Britain and Canada murdered a lot of the population here when we showed up. So, honestly, not too surprising, but also pretty whack, just in general. You'll never find. Oh, my friend messaged me. Sorry, I'll be back. Most of Canada's cold. Yeah, a lot of Canada is... Most of Canada is in, like, the Toronto area. Like, a lot of... Like, yeah. The 49th parallel, if you know what that is. The 49th parallel. I think that's what it's called. 49th parallel? Yes. So, images. I think over 50%, here we go, this is a good one. Over 50% of Canada's population lives below this red line. Like, which is crazy. The 49th parallel. Like, over 50%. I live further north than that parallel. I'll tell you that for a fact. That narrows it down. But yeah, well, a lot of Canada is cold, and like, yeah, I don't know. I wish Canada didn't, for obviously reasons different, like, other than like humanitarian, but like I wish Canada didn't like murder so many Indigenous people. Like, our population could be so much higher, which means 1, more taxes, 2, more, like a more robust economy with more workers, 3, I don't know, I didn't have a third point. I was hoping it would come to me as I talked. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just really cool. Wait, is there something here? Yeah. I've never visited Toronto myself. I really want to visit Toronto. But I've never been. I was going to take a road trip at the beginning of the summer, but then 1, I got COVID, 2, COVID numbers spiked around the time that I was going to go, so that sucks. I have a few friends in Toronto, so I was going to bum it with them for a little bit. God, I've seen those guys in a while. I miss them. How do I know I'm Ukrainian? I'm very tied to my heritage. Well, my dad was born there. 2, I know that my great-grandparents, like one set of my great-grandparents on my mother's side were born there too. So, like, I know that I'm Ukrainian. And, like, yeah, I even if I'm not, like, ethnically Ukrainian, like, I know that I am. But even if I'm not ethnically Ukrainian, I'm culturally Ukrainian. Because I practice a lot of, like, cultural standards for Ukrainian dance. I do, like, Ukrainian Easter, Ukrainian Christmas, and, like, yeah. It's just, it's nice. I really like that I'm tied to my heritage. Beaumont Amel, Monchy Le Coeur. Okay. Verdun. Some offensive. That's what I need to look up. You're gonna miss my lovin'. You're gonna miss my love. Wait. No. Also, that's fair enough. You can always do like a DNA test. I've always wanted to do one just to like know for sure. But also, I obviously am looking on Wikipedia, but here it says that 30 million Canadians speak English, while 23 million are in France. So, I don't know what to tell you, my friend. Where did my pen go? There it is. You're gonna miss my love. Yeah. I'm also very interested about Romanian culture, because there's the one culture from ancient times. Gosh, I have it pulled up somewhere. I promise I'll look it up here. I also often forget that you guys can't see my my site, not my site, my Google search, so like you can't, like, it's less interesting. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, the Tripilia culture. That's in Romania, and it was Romania and Ukraine. And I'm just really interested. I'm interested in obviously every culture, every country's history, but particularly Romania. I think I feel like Romania is often overlooked, but it's very important in like history. You know. It's like, oh yeah, Romania was part of the Axis. They took over like South Ukraine, like, and a lot of the Soviet Union. But whatever, you know. I think it's just interesting. I should get back to doing maps so I can get to sleep. Verdun. I need to look at the Somme offensive. Oh, that's so cool. I don't really have any documents. Most of my stuff is just like taking the word from my family of what they had. Or not what they had, but where they're from and when they came over. We're done. What land do you believe? Do you think it's the Odessa, the part of Odessa? From 1915. What, like, the stream is still going on? Like, what session are you talking about? Also, how's the echo in here? I forgot to put up my my sound blocking, like my echo blocking stuff. Sorry, I'm just trying to find out what line I have to do. Yeah, according to your mom, it's the Odessa part. Which, I'll look up an ethnic map. But you could also argue that Romania owns the rightful territory of Hungary. You're gonna miss my lovin'. Okay, so a majority... Yeah, so it looks like, at least along the coast, a majority of people are Ukrainian in almost every map that I see here. Even up to 1918, I see this map here. There's not very many Romanians there. But honestly, that's probably a fair assessment to say that historically that region is probably has ties to Romania. Okay, now back to drawing maps. Battle of the Somme. Oh God. Boma Amel. Okay, here we go. Verdun, Battle of the Somme. Okay, finally found it, ladies and gentlemen. How long have I been streaming? It has been almost 3 hours. Well, I'm impressed with myself that I'm not, like, beyond exhausted already. Swag, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty swag, I might say. You're gonna miss my lovin'. You're gonna miss my love. Why did that turn black? Oh, I have to touch layer 1. Layer 1, there we go. Back to the paintbrush. The nice thing about front lines is that they're kind of iffy. You know, at the time they were pretty defined, like more than borders, front lines. But day to day they would change. So it's okay if they are a little messy. They don't really have to be recognizable in the same way that borders in the same way that borders have to be recognizable, or coastlines have to be recognizable. And this is Verdun right here. Here we go. So this is the Somme offensive. They were pinned in Verdun. Pinned in Verdun. So I'll delete you, or I'll just move this over here. Verdun. You're gonna miss my love. 6, 7. We're done. Okay. Okay, Control Z. Move to Beaumont. ML. Export. Quick export as PNG. 8. I now have 3 Beaumont ML files. And steel, fortifying the trenches, funnel, danger tree. Silhouetted by the sun, percentage of casualties, Stoneman on Water Street. Awesome. Well, that is all the maps that I have for this video. Quite a low amount because it's a lot of more pictures than anything. I would like to say thank you to anybody who joined me. Anybody who thought of joining, then you know what, we're gonna spend a minute and a half longer, you and me, so that we can get to 3 hours. That'd be nice. Recently I've been getting into a lot more fashion and just like enjoying how I look more than anything, which is nice. It's nice to feel that way. It's nice to feel pretty sometimes. I have, like right now, I'm currently bedazzled in jewelry, and I have 2 necklaces on. Most of my jewelry I haven't bought. My dad made this one. My dad made this one. My dad made this one. Girlfriend left this at my house. My dad made this one. This one came out of nowhere. I don't know where this came from. This I bought, and my earrings I bought. But my ears are still healing from when I got them pierced. So I'm really excited. I'm waiting for when, like, I think it's a month or month and a half, then I can take them in and put new ones in. I have ones that are like octopuses. Also, I found random 2 pearl earrings, which is whack, weird, and wet and wild. Okay. Well, I have 5 seconds left. I really hope you all have a good rest of your evening. Take care, sleep well, have a good day if that's where you are. Yeah. I love you. God be with you. I don't know. No, God be with you. I'm not religious. If you are religious, God be with you. If you don't have fashion, that's alright if you don't have fashion. It's a learned process. You like what you like. You see things that you like, you take that upon yourself. But anyways, take care everybody. I will see you next time I stream.